Okay, so this is going to be a long one. This is about the build that I mainly use. It's a hybrid Kigetsu and Tatanashi set. So the most important part here is the Yasukani Megama because it has a set bonus requirement -1. So that means I don't actually need to put on 3 pieces of this set to actually get that bonus. So the most important things here are Tatanashi's weight damage increase and General Kigetsu's damage increase as well. The Kawa Warrior, it only works outside of Living Weapon, because Living Weapon, they nerfed it to where you can't have increased critical effects. So the only thing that actually affects Living Weapon is the tenacity value. So the most important thing here also about the armors is all the armors must have the attack affix. The gauntlets need to have close combat attack increase. You need tenacity. You need bonus for absorbing Emerita, so attack increase. 0 ki bonus is okay. It doesn't really last very long. I also have Amaterasu, but I'm assuming you're not at Way of the Wise yet, so you won't be able to get this. Warrior of the West for damage reduction and Tiger Sprint. And yeah, so you can change the primary weapons that you use except for Odachi. So you can switch between this dual sword that I have, for example, and I have 2 others that I use, like the gun sticks and the dragon sword as well. Kusari Gama is a decent option as well, but with the stats that I have, it's not as good. Okay, moving on to the affixes on weapons. You want fire damage on your weapon, close combat attack, and change to attack skill, preferably. Break is a nice bonus, and increased damage for consecutive attacks is good, but weakened melee weapons is probably the one you want, bar none, because on Way of the Wise and Way of the Neo, all the enemies just do insane damage. Now for my Odachi, I have it set up differently. I have mid-attack break and mid-attack damage, so that way I can tear through guard and living weapon, because all it does, living weapon is mid-stance. So that's why I do it that way. Now for my stats, I have 200 heart, 200 skill, 90 dexterity, 63 magic, 45 spirit, 40 stamina, all that stuff. You can change the distribution for your skills, but you have to have 40 stamina, or else you'll be at siege. You'll be at the sea agility, which is really bad. You can also probably switch 5 body and put that into spirit, so that way your living weapon comes back faster. Now on to necessary skills. You want grapple, of course. You want indomitable spirit, and indomitable spirit is basically good. Relentless for more ki. You want oops. Purify Yokai Realm is a must-have for anything. Tachi Arts, so when the enemy has full health, you do more damage. You want Defense Arts. You want, here in the Spears, Cornered Tiger. You want Third Rule of Thrusting isn't necessary, but if you're using Spears, then you throw that on there. That's all for Spears. For the Axe, you want Fortitude and Cornered Boar, which is coming up. There it is, Cornered Boar. Next thing you want is from Kusari Gama, Armor Piercer and Shadow Strike. I almost said Shadow Arts. Full Moon Kata is pretty good too. For Adachi, you want Passage to the Afterlife. And Sword of Severance, if you're fighting humans, of course. For Tonfa, there's no necessary skills here. I was just looking through things. Now for Ninjutsu, the only one you really need is Power Pill, Medusa Powder, Paralytic Ground Fire, and Quick Change Scroll. Makabishi is optional, it's pretty decent. If you don't feel like using Sloth. These, the ammo ones, like these 4 and then the other 2 popping up like one more down, those are decent enough as well. You can also get Improvised Projectile, but I don't recommend it. Tiger Running is pretty good. You want dashing, and you want Cloud Runner to make your dashing faster. You must at least invest 1 point of the Smoke Ball to get Quick Change. So you have to have Smoke Ball and then Quick Change. Dodging is pretty good too as well. Super and Catwalking for speedrunning areas. Holy Man and Medicine Man. Power Pill, Snakebite, and Endurance. Composure, and Ninja Tool Mastery. Enlightenment to activate instantly. And on wheel, you want Awakening, Sloth, Weakness. The Elemental Shots, you want all of them, but I don't have all of them. You want Pure Mind and Pure Heaven. Ketkai and Spirit and Water don't matter. These health talismans don't matter either. I was using another build and I didn't switch those off. So you want Steel and Protection, not so much either, because you need negative stuff. So Evil Ward, however you want. Carnage is a must-have. Extraction and Pleiadas are required by this build as well. Vital Spirit. Luckbringer Talisman, you only want one of those so you can get the luck passive. You want Leeching, Hermit, and Reciprocity. Degeneration lowers your damage output overall, so don't do it. Guardian Spirit Talismans are decent, but don't recommend those either. And this enhancement as well. Earth Folding Talisman, and of course Incantation Mastery. So as you notice, as I'm scrolling through here, I don't actually have elixirs equipped, because I'm going to be in critical health for most of what I'm doing. So it's better not to have elixirs active. And now I will demonstrate by doing a mission against Tachibana, since people seem to have a hard time with him. And I'll show you what this build is capable of. Okay, so here I'm just going to let Leeching take me into critical health, and then I'm going to activate all my other buffs and debuffs so I can get my damage output increased. I'll let the video play itself out from here. Okay, that's the end of this video, so I hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.